Hi, good morning, students. I hope you are all doing well. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Amina, Tejashwini, Prakriti, Asba, Fatima. So all of you, good morning. I'm good, ma. Amina, I'm good. How are you all? Yes. Okay, let's continue with the diseases. Last class I explained you, I think, about the various types of communicable diseases, non-communicable diseases, and the different causes for it. Did we discuss about it? Based on causes, how many types are there? Like where are the different agents? First is biological agents. Let me see. You just write and send me. What are the types of causes? Biological agents, physical agents, chemical agents. Under chemical agents, we have endogenous and exogenous chemicals. Then let me see. People have to write now. Let me see. Till 5 more minutes we have. Till all of them they join. Nisarga, good morning. Chinmay, good morning. Let me see. How many types genetic agents? Agent spelling Maramya. Agents anta bartidiyama. AGENTS. Agents. Okay. Mechanical agents. What are the mechanical agents? Give examples. Mechanical agents andre yaudu? Nutrition. Okay. Biological, physical, chemical, nutritional, genetic, mechanical agents. Fine. Okay. Mechanical is pressure, wounds, sprains, right? And bone fractures, all of them, right? They are the mechanical agents. Good. Then chemical agents. Can you write chemical agents? Internal and external chemical agents. Internal are hormonal variations and enzymatic variations. What are the external ones? NO2, SO2 and carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, SO2. Yes, good. Then the external chemicals. Okay, fine. You have all with you. Okay. So now after that I gave you the types of diseases, right? Some of them I told you they are communicable, some are non-communicable diseases. Communicable diseases are caused by bacteria, virus, fungi, all of them, right? Then non-communicable diseases we classified. How do you classify non-communicable diseases? Let me see. Non-communicable diseases you are classifying. Degenerative diseases and what happens in degenerative diseases? Degenerative disease ಅಂದ್ರೆ first ಹೇಳಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ deficiency ಹೋಗೋಣ. What are the degenerative diseases? It happens, it's all acquired ones, right? These are all acquired diseases only that happens after you are born. Okay, heart problems, BP problems, improper functioning of body parts, good, liver problems. So this is what we will invite them, right? By our bad food and our work activities, no activities, and alcoholism, smoking, all of them will happen. Okay, then we talk about the second type. Okay, apart from the degenerative disease, what is the second type? Deficiency diseases. Deficiency means malnutrition problems. Okay, any diseases you remember? Very right? Lack of nutrition or poor nutrition, night blindness, scurvy, rickets. Very good. So all of you are answering. That's very good. After that, after the nutritional disorders, what is the third one? After nutritional deficiencies, what are the third things types of disease we learned? Next is about the hypo or hyper secretion of hormones, right? Hyposecretion leading to like hypothyroidism, hypersecretion, hyperthyroidism, all of that. It is a hyper and hyposecretion. Then comes allergies. Then last is cancer. Okay. Today we are going to start with, yeah, I told you later how it transmits and all of them. Direct vectors, indirect transmission, direct transmissions are all we discussed, right? Yeah, we have finished all of them. We are going to start directly with the diseases today, right? So what are the diseases we are learning is the bacterial diseases. So how you divide the communicable disease. Today we are going to start with the communicable diseases. First one, bacterial diseases. Second one, viral diseases. Then protozoan diseases. then nematodal diseases. Okay, we are going to study all of them now. Okay, so let's begin with the diseases caused by bacteria, bacterial diseases. Okay, we are talking about the human health. Okay, so we are going to talk about the various bacterial diseases in man. First one, we talk about typhoid. Then we talk about cholera. Any diseases you know, you list them. Let me see. How many of you know the bacterial diseases? Tuberculosis, TB. Right, next. Okay, as you say, I'm writing it. Third one is tuberculosis. Fourth one is pneumonia. Next, fifth one. Keep on telling me the names. Let me see how many of you are writing. Pneumonia, pneumonia. Next. Dysentery is not having a lot of things are there in dysentery. You can't just say dysentery because of bacteria only. So many times due to fungi also there is dysentery. Any other diseases? Bacterial diseases. Tetanus. That's right. Tetanus. Then diphtheria. Next. What are the other diseases? Whooping cough. Whooping cough. Next, plague. We call the Bordenus plague. Next. As you said, dysentery, we write all of them as diarrheal diseases. Diseases due to diarrhea. But there are a lot of other bacteria and even fungi involved in that. Then about the sexually transmitting diseases like syphilis, like gonorrhea. Okay. Now you tell me one by one the causal organism for these diseases. Scarlet fever also is correct. Tell me the various causes for these diseases. First one, keep writing. Tell me, typhoid caused by? Yes, let me see. You are writing. Typhoid is caused by Salmonella typhi. You are written. Very good. Salmonella typhi. Remember, this is a very important question for board examination. Will ask you the causal organism. Then cholera. It is Vibrio cholerae. Right? Third one. What is the tuberculosis? That is Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Mycobacterium. See, separately you have to underline them. I hope you know this. Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Pneumonia. I hope you know pneumonia. Already we have learned it about pneumonia. Let me see. Pneumonia, Streptococcus pneumonia is right. It is Streptococcus pneumoniae. Now you don't write, you wait for some explanation from me, then we'll talk about it. Tetanus. It is caused by Clostridium tetani. Clostridium tetani. Tetani. Clostridium tetani. Okay. Next is diphtheria. Diphtheria is caused by Corynebacterium diphtheriae. I hope you know it. This is caused by Corynebacterium diphtheriae. Whooping cough. Whooping cough is caused by Bordetella pertussis. Bordetella Bordetella pertussis. Later I'll tell you the names. The spelling and all I'll give you later. Bordetella pertussis. Pertussis or 1S. SSIS. Bordetella pertussis. Then plague is caused by, I hope you know, plague is caused by Yersinia pestis. Is by Yersinia pestis. And diarrheal diseases are caused by so many other things also. So you cannot say one. E. coli also will cause it. Which is there in our body only. E. coli, Shigella, Salmonella. Shigella and Salmonella. Okay, that's all. They cause the dysentery, diarrhea. Syphilis, you know that is caused by, you know, these two things. I don't have to give you. Treponema pallidum and Neisseria gonorrhoeae. I hope you know it. Neisseria gonorrhoeae and syphilis is caused by Treponema pallidum. Okay. Write the heading. Communicable diseases. Communicable diseases. Communicable diseases are classified into different types. Write down. Communicable diseases are classified into different types based on the causal organism. Based on the causal organism. First heading, bacterial diseases in humans. Bacterial diseases in humans. Write the list of them. If you don't understand any spelling, you please ask me. I will repeat the spelling. Start from number 1, typhoid, because they will be asked in board exam also. For you in detail studying is only typhoid and pneumonia, but remaining you should know their names and causal organisms. Okay, write down. All 11 names you write. Have you written or you are writing? Influenza is wrong. Somebody is saying influenza is wrong. Rat, please what? I don't know. Ma'am, audio is not matching. Writing, ma'am. Who is saying audio is not matching? My audio is not matching. Tell me once again. Writing. Writing spelling yenappa? Manasvi. Rettinga. Rettanna. Okay. All is good, ma'am. Amina is saying all is good. Somebody is saying my speech is not matching my talks. My video and audio is not matching. But I don't know. Many are not telling, only 1% told. Okay, done. Ruby is saying she has done it. Okay, let us learn others. Write all the 11. Don't be in hurry. If you don't understand this spelling, you please ask me spellings, because some of the things are written very small. You will not be understanding them. Clostridium tetani. Can you see Clostridium tetani spelling? Clostridium tetani. T-E-T-A-N-I. Tetani. Diphtheria. Corynebacterium diphtheriae. D-I-P-H-E-R-I-A. Diphtheriae. Corynebacterium diphtheriae. Next, whooping cough, Bordetella pertussis. That's the reason I'm just saying, na. Prakriti, you can't see. That's why I'm spelling, giving the spelling to you. Tetanus, I told you. Clostridium tetani. C-L-O-S-T-R-I-D-I-U-M. Clostridium tetani. T-E-T-A-N-I. Did you write it? I am repeating. You can't see antane nan helta idini Prakriti barkondya. Clostridium tetani kaanade iravuna nan helta idini. Okay, then next to innond kaanalla andre diphtheria. Right, diphtheria bacteria is Corynebacterium diphtheriae. C-O-R-Y-N-E-B-A-C-T-E-R-I-U-M. Corynebacterium diphtheriae. D-I-P-H-E-P-H-T-H-E-R-I-A-E. Diphtheriae. Diphtheria. D-I-P-H. Diphtheria. Diphtheria la. Diphtheria. I'm writing it again. Here one H has to be added. Okay. It is diphtheria. AE. Okay. Corynebacterium diphtheria. Then ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಂತ ಕಾಣಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿ ನನಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕಾಣಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. I can observe here on the screen. It is some of the things are not seen. Next, whooping cough though. Bordetella pertussis bulbor spelling. Bordetella, Bordetella, Bordetella. Bardra. Pertussis, Pertussis, pertussis. Okay. Agirar sumniri, agderar gave korta idina. Okay, those who have done it, just wait. Let the others write. Next is plague by Yersinia pestis. Yersinia. Yersinia pestis. 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 Okay. Diarrheal diseases. Don't write just only diarrhea. All diarrheal diseases. Many diarrheal diseases are there. First one E. coli, that is Escherichia coli. Second is Shigella, Shigella. Third one is Salmonella. Okay, various types of Salmonella are there. Then comes syphilis, you know, Treponema pallidum, and gonorrhea, you know, Neisseria gonorrhoeae. Done it? Done. Okay, done. Okay, fine. So coming test and all, you will be expecting all these because I told you in the board exam you have only two. One is the typhoid, second is pneumonia. But in NEET portions, all these things will come. So I am doing all of them. Do you understand this? So many times students will be thinking NEET portion madila, NEET portion jotagene marta idene nanu. I am doing together. Did you follow it? You are writing already some tests and all, you must be knowing. Yes. Last test we gave it on Human Genome Project and DNA fingerprinting. So a lot of questions were there. I don't know how many of you could write it. I was in depth. I given you questions, right? A lot of questions were in deep. I gave you about Human Genome Project as well as DNA fingerprinting. And listen one more thing. If I am giving molecular biology any chapter, some of the connecting chapters also I'll give. Connecting chapters in there, some replication, some protein synthesis. I will add DNA and all because it's all part and parcel of molecular biology only. Okay, don't think that it is not asked and I am giving the test. Suppose I give human health, then I will not give genetics. Are you understanding it? Molecular biology is a connecting subject. All the things will get connected together. One chapter it is. Therefore, if at all some replication protein synthesis questions are, you are supposed to write them. You can't forget them. Do you understand it? Right. So let's continue. Well, let's talk about the typhoid. How many of you know about typhoid characters? Anybody have seen people? Did you get any time typhoid in your lifetime? Did you had typhoid in your lifetime? No, Romana, no. No, yes ma'am. Pavitra is saying yes ma'am. So typhoid, if somebody is saying yes, what happens in typhoid? Let me see. The people who said yes should tell me. If there is typhoid, a person has typhoid, what happens in typhoid? That's the main characteristic. Typhoid will be asked for 2, 3 or 5 mark question to you. In board examination, it is asked. Board exam questions is about the typhoid only. Various symptoms of typhoid. See, whenever I give you any disease, I will name the causal organism. Next is the symptoms of the disease. Third one, it is how to prevent the disease. Then any treatments are there. Like that, we will be classifying all the side effects. Okay. So as I told you, we are talking about the typhoid. First disease, I am talking about the typhoid. Causal organism, you know. See, always you should write this. Causal organism. Whenever they ask an examination, you should write like this side headings. It's a bacteria. You should write it. It's a bacteria. Name. What's the name of bacteria? That is, what is the name of bacteria for typhoid? Salmonella typhi. Yeah, many are writing the characters. I'll come there. Okay. Salmonella typhi. Typhi. Okay. This is the name of the causal organism. Now, what all happens, right? First thing, where the bacteria will multiply. See, bacteria will enter through contaminated food. Okay, what is the meaning of contamination? What is contaminating your food, water, milk, etc.? Tell me, what is contaminating your food? What get how the bacteria enters your food? From the causal, the person who is having typhoid, how you get it? What is that? Vector andre yadu? ಏನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅದು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾನ ಏನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಚಂದನ what will that bring from the deceased person? This you should be very careful and tell me. Vectors andre yav vectors ಏನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ? Vectors is such a big thing. Vectors andre ida the mosquito is also vector. Which vector? ಅರೆ ಬೇಟಾ ಏನು ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ 0 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾಥೋಜನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಮ್ಯೂಕಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಚಿನ್ಮಯಿ, ಮ್ಯೂಕಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಮ್ಯೂಕಸ್ ಇಂದ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್? ಹೌಸ್ ಫ್ಲೈ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್? ನಾಟ್ ಫ್ಲೀಸ್. ಏನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೀಬಾರ್ದು. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಯು ಲೀವ್ ಇಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಫ್ಲೈ ದಟ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಅರೆ ಬೇಟಾ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮೋಡಿಯಮ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕಾಜಲ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್? ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮೋಡಿಯಂ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂತು? ಚೇತನ್, ಚೇತು. Chetan, where is plasmodium here? Plasmodium yaak bantile? You are very not serious about subject, no? Sumne eno on bardbidana antalla. I really feel bad. What will that housefly brings? Pathogen na heng to yava formal ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? Houseflies ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಟೈಫಾಯ್ಡ್ ಬಂದಿರೋ ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂತದ? How ಈಗ somebody has typhoid, housefly on ಮೇಲೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದದ್ದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ತಗೊಂಬರತ್ತಾ? How it will bring pathogen? Very good. Pritya is saying it is through the no blood. Prabha, where are you? Housefly bite, housefly blood ತಗೊಂಬರ್ತದ? Oh my god. Sudipta is correct. Bacteria from the fecus. See, understand this properly. Fecal matter na ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ houseflies. Okay, don't think that they will bring blood kit and all. They'll bring fecal matter from the infected person. Fecal matter. ಈಗ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜ್ಞಾನೋದಯ ಆಯ್ತು. ಈಗ fecal matter ಇಂದ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ fecal matter ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? So many in the whole world per year 2.5 million people will have disease ante. ಯಾವುದು ಟೈಫಾಯ್ಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಗಲೀಜ್ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. So in the whole world every year nearly 2 to 2.5 million people get infected by typhoid. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗಲೀಜ್ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು. Do you understand what I'm saying? The fecal matter ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಫುಡ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂತದೆ. ಯಾವುದು? This housefly will go sit on the fecal matter. Fecal matter ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಆಚೆ ಕಡೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. It is normally, it's very common in people living in village where they defecate in the open area. Yesterday I was talking about it. Yes or no? So this is the one major problem. 2.5 million people andre per year ಅಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಸಾಯ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಟೈಫಾಯ್ಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಗಲೀಜಾಗಿರುವಂತ ಊಟ ನಾವು ತಿಂತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂತ. Okay, see this chapter when I talk about these, some of the major diseases are transferred through fecal-oral route. This is a separate way of transferring the pathogens. Fecal matter pass through the oral route. That's what is called the fecal-oral route. Okay, good. Ritya is correct. Ritya Giridhar from Carmel is saying, please sit on the fecal matter and sit on the open food. Correct. Listen. So major issue is this kind of disease. Fecal-oral route. Idu matte cholera ella idrindane barutte. Fecal-oral route ಅಂದ್ರೆ fecal matter ಹೇಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ food contaminate agide ಒಂದು house flies. Correct. If it is an open ground ali somebody is passing fecal matter, they will sit on that and their mouth parts and their legs and all and their tips of their bristles and all, they will be having fecal matter in them. They don't know where to go. They'll come and sit on your food. You have kept chapati open, vegetables open. They come, sit and go. You don't know. You are going there having as if it's a very clean food. No, you will get so easily infected by this. One is that. Second is the people who are very unhygienic, they transmit the disease. Means they go and pass the fecal matter, they go to number 2. They don't wash properly hands. They come directly, start cooking the food. Then you get it. In your house, your mummy and all will not be doing that. But if you eat outside, remember, I'm talking about eating in hotels, eating outside, eating roadside is a major problem. We all like outside food. We most of the time we eat outside, roadside. So many times you have seen these small petty shops of the food. They'll be there near the big sewage, right? Sewage area, dod gutters ide. Adra pakka obnu gaadiyalli marata marta idre, the one where he will cook something and keep it. Pani puri is good example. Ritya is saying pani puri. That's a major one because you don't eat anything in that boiled one. Pani puri is a major problem with most of Indians because we eat so unhygienic. Eat that pani is water, tartaric acid, that is only the tamarind water. Puri has been done long back. They'll bring both of them, they mix and give it to you. You will be happily eating. You should see how they stay. The pani puri bhai will be there, no? Just observe where he stays, where he will live. He don't have proper house. He will be going somewhere roadside, he will sleep and get up morning. Again, he'll come with the same thing. In public toilet, he'll pass the toilet. Hardly have soap to wash his hand. He'll come to you and you people say, Bhaiya, acha wala pani puri bana do. He will give with his own hand, he will put it, dip it and give it to you. You will be happily eating it. This is what is the worst thing happening in India. Not only India, in most of the countries where people don't know hygienic conditions of food, they will get this problem. Therefore, good things are eating at home. Nowadays, I think you are more healthier than when there was college, right? Best and healthy is homemade pani puri. Why pani puri only what you eat? You can eat roti, dal roti khao, prabhu ki gun gao, no? You can eat at home dal roti, no? It's very nice. And it is having all nutrition in that. And mummy will be taking care of you. Those people do it because they want money. Here at home, they give it to you because they love you a lot. Yes or no? Right? Therefore, as much as possible, restrict yourself. Pani puri only you need not to eat. Ma pani puri you make. Again, you bring puri from outside. Na? That is again contaminated puri. You know how they prepare. You just once go through how they prepare that puri. Small puris. They make it for pani puri. No? They'll make it on the slum area. Somewhere they will put it on the ground and then they bring it and they'll make puris. And that is, it's a used up oil. They use it again and again. Homemade puri also can be nice, but listen, always don't think about only pani puri, dear. Think about the food which is nutritious food. That is not at all nutritious. Think of nutrition. A lot of vegetables. Okay, lot of vegetable food is required at home. You can prepare dal roti. That's what I told. Nicely dal you cook and put some ginger and garlic and all. And have with one roti, all nutrition. You have carbohydrate, you have proteins, you have the vitamins, you have nutrients, everything is there in that food, right? So select those food which are healthier. If at all you say that I don't like this, you don't like it, but start liking those which are good for your health, which are hygienic for your health. Okay, that's why as much as possible you prepare something, food which is having all nutrients. Start having the balanced diet. Avoid other things, non-balanced things and all. I think these are all, they have no nutrition in that, right? So ultimately, why I told all this, because the freak overall route, and most of this even in hotels, the people who are waiters and all, those who cleaning the vessels, you just observe their hands and all. Here there will be some infections in that. They'll be washing with the same thing, they'll be giving you the same thing, and that whole thing is contaminated, the plate is contaminated. And you would have seen some, those who are beggars and all, they will also eat in the same plate. They wash together. The same thing is served to you also. It's very, very bad. We are not at all bothered. We don't have consciousness about this food. Okay? Don't worry about that pani puri. You leave that pani puri story. Now you think about other things. What did I tell you? So what I told is, outside food is always unhygienic. Okay? So have the food which is very good at home. Rice sambar is the best thing, right? You can have rice with all the vegetable sambar. It's the most nutritious food. Okay, don't even think about anything other than that. Okay, if you eat from morning, afternoon, night also, it is not harmful. It's not causing any gastritis. It will not cause any acidity. It will not cause any stomach problems. Therefore, try to have, see why you learn all these chapters is not to eat pani puri. Forget that. Think of balanced diet. Think of hygienic food. Think of nutritive food. Right? So leave that now. Now those people who talk about pani puri, I'm going to scold you. Right? Because it's not a food. It's not a real food at all. Because it is a fried thing, and it is not good for your health, right? So now on, you can prepare something like rice and sambar. It's the best thing, or idli sambar is best thing. Okay, so anyway, why I'm talking about typhoid? Because this typhoid will pass from some people who are not showing any external feature symptoms, non-symptomatic. There's one story of the typhoid Mary, name of the lady who used to cook in most of the people. Her name is Mary, but we call her as Typhoid Mary. She was a cook, but she had no typhoid symptoms at all. But she used to cook in most of the houses near the in England, right? And in all those houses, years together she worked. One or the other person used to get typhoid every now and then. They didn't even know why they are getting it, right? After a long time, when they checked, her blood was showing typhoid pathogens. So most of them will not show symptoms of the typhoid, but they will have typhoid in them, right? Those who are actually, that's the reason why worker working at home, they carry a lot of pathogens in them, right? So therefore, better now anyway you are in quarantine, you are preparing your own food, you only cook, you only clean the house, everything you are doing it. That is more hygienic. Okay. So now, what are the symptoms of typhoid? First week, there will be high chill, high fever, right? Total high fever. Second week, typhoid fever go on. Typhoid fever only we call it. It's very high fever it is. It start reducing. Okay. Then third week, you get headache and weakness. Fourth week, you get cramps. So many times the liver gets swollen up. This is a major, and intestine get inflammation. Right. Now leave all that. Tell me the symptoms of typhoid. Symptoms of typhoid. Bloating. Yen bloating recovery. Stomach bloating. Yen bloating adu diarrhea. Actually cramps you will get. Constipation will get. Diarrhea ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆನೆ. Constipation will get. First ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಹೇಳಿ. First week ಹೆಂಗೆ, second week ಹೆಂಗೆ, third week ಹೆಂಗೆ, ಹಂಗೆ ಈ ಕತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಊರಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಈಗ. What are these? This will not be continuous. First week ಬೇರೆ, second week ಬೇರೆ, 4 weeks ಇರುತ್ತೆ, 1 month ತನಕ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. High fever first week. Joint pain is there. High fever first week. Second week ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Second week fever ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ third week ಅಲ್ಲಿ, third and fourth week ಅಲ್ಲಿ headache, extreme weakness, abdominal pain ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ constipation, inflammation in the colon and the liver. Intestine ಗೆ ಇದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ it will multiply their headache. Okay. General aches and pain is ತುಂಬಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ. Cordial school, that girl Chinmayi, general aches and pains and all don't write at all. They are understood. I'm talking about only typhoid. Constipation of stomach and cramps ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Cramps ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಿಂಡದಂಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Cramps ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಡೋದು, ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಹಿಂಡೋದು. Vomiting sensation ಇರುತ್ತೆ, not always. Okay, write out. Heading typhoid. Start writing typhoid. This is 2, 3 or 5 mark question. Write a note on typhoid. ದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಬರೆದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಕ್ಕ 2, 3 or 5 mark question ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ. Okay, write down. Typhoid is a common bacterial disease. Typhoid is a common bacterial disease. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರೆದಿ. It is common in children of age group It's common in children of age group 1 to 15 years. 1 to 15 years. Nearly around 2.5 million people, nearly around 2.5 million people suffer from typhoid every year. Suffer from typhoid every year. Next, you are writing causal organism. Once again, you write no issues, causal organism. Write down Salmonella typhi. Bracket ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಬರೀರಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ವೈರಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. Next, modes of transmission. Modes of transmission. The disease transfers through contaminated food and water. Disease transferred through contaminated food and water. That are contaminated with fecal matter of infected person. Very contaminated food and water ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು contamination ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಬರಿಬೇಕು. Very contaminated food and water ಅಂದ್ರೆ 0 marks. That are contaminated with fecal matter of infected person. I repeat, the disease transfers through food and contaminated food and water. Contaminated food and water that are contaminated through fecal matter of infected person. That are contaminated through fecal matter of infected person. I repeated. Written, Nisarga. Okay then. Next. In most of the cases, continuing. In most of the cases, house flies act as vectors. House flies, underline house flies, act as vectors that carry pathogens. From fecus to food. From fecus to food, water, milk, etc. Food, water, milk, etc. Written. Next. In some cases, the pathogen transmits through infected person due to unhygienic toilet facilities. Some patients remain, next point, some patients remain non-symptomatic or asymptomatic, non-symptomatic or asymptomatic. Some patients remain non-symptomatic or asymptomatic and carry the pathogen unknowingly. I am repeating, Ramya. Some patients remain non-symptomatic or asymptomatic and carry the pathogens unknowingly. I am repeating, carry the pathogens unknowingly. Next, if people who handle food, if people who handle food are patients, handle food are patients, due to uncleanliness, due to uncleanliness, the bracket, right? Not washing the hands with soap, not washing the hands with soap. Uncleanliness ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ? Not cleaning the hands with soap after defecation, not cleaning the hands with soap or not washing the hands with soap after defecation, bracket complete. They transfer the pathogen, they transfer the pathogen to the food they are cooking, or food they are handling. I will not repeat this again. Food they are cooking and food they are handling. Did you write it? Food they are cooking or food they are handling. I hope you are written. I told you a big sentence. Don't ask me to repeat again. Okay, you're finished? Okay, good. Next. The causal organism. Continue it. Causal organism enter the healthy human being, through mouth. Healthy human being through mouth. Reach the intestine. Reach the intestine. Reach the intestine and cause wounds or lesions. Wounds or lesions in the intestine. Lesions andre no, cuts. Wounds or lesions in the intestine. Wounds or legends in the intestinal wall. Wounds or legends in the intestinal wall. Then next, symptoms. Symptoms are seen up to 4 to 5 weeks. Symptoms are seen up to 4 to 5 weeks. In first week, there is high fever. There is high fever and continuous fever. And continuous fever. The bracket right? The disease is also called typhoid fever. The disease is also called typhoid fever. And then is result typhoid fever. Fever ashtu joragi barutte anta. The disease is called typhoid fever. Next, second week, fever reduces gradually. Fever reduces gradually. Next, in third and fourth week, patients suffer from severe headache. Patients suffer from severe headache, extreme weakness, abdominal pain. Abdominal what anta? Abdominal pain, abdominal cramps. Cramps andre what indidanga agate anta. Abdominal cramps, like this it is. Pain is just like you get some pain, like headache. Cramps is something like this you feel in the intestine, right? Abdominal pain and abdominal cramps. Comma, constipation. CONSTIPATION. Constipation andre no. Somebody was saying diarrhea is not diarrhea. What is constipation? ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡೋಣ. Irregular bowel movements ಅನ್ನೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ unable to pass the fecus. What spelling Prakriti? Unable, anabellena. Unable to pass the fecal matter. Obstruction in the bowel movements. Unable to pass the fecal matter for 1 or 2 days. Okay, good Prakriti. 2 ದಿನ 3 ದಿನ 1 ವಾರ ಫೀಕಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಪೇಷನ್ ಅದು ಯಾರೋ ಡಯೇರಿಯಾ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಪೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ನೋವು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಅನೇಬಲ್ ಟು ಪಾಸ್ ದ ಫೀಕಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್. ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಪೇಷನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, inflammation of ileum and colon. Inflammation of ileum. What is ileum? ILEUM. Ileum andre yav part? Which part is ileum? Intestine in yav intestine? Small intestine, last part of small intestine. Then colon andre large intestine. Ileum and colon. Inflammation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಊದ್ಕೊಂತದೆ, ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ದಪ್ಪ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಇಲಿಯಂ ಕೊಲನ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ದಪ್ಪ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಮೊದಲೇ ಇಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಗಲ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲಿಯಂ ಅಂಡ್ ಕೊಲನ್. Inflammation of ileum and colon. Next, liver and spleen get enlarged. Liver and spleen get enlarged. Liver and spleen get enlarged. ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಲಿವರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಪ್ಲೀನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, Diagnosis, side reading, diagnosis. Typhoid can be diagnosed through Vidal test. Through Vidal test. Vidal test. Diagnosed through Vidal test. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೊಂದರ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ infected person blood ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು they test for antigens and antibodies. Don't write it, just I'm saying it is a Vidal test. ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Diagnosis, it can be diagnosed through Vidal test. Next, preventive measures. Prevention ಹೇಗೆ? Right side reading, preventive measures. First one, proper community sanitization. Proper community ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋರು ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ದು, ನಮ್ಮನೆದಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ. Proper community sanitization. Not sanitization, sanitation. I'm sorry. Not sanitization, it is sanitation. Sanitation ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋರ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ಗು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಶೌಚಾಲಯ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಚೆ ಶೌಚಾಲಯನು ಅದು ಗಲೀಜಾಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ನೋಡಿದಿರ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. If you are used, I don't know girls whether they go or not to the public toilets. If you see, they are very worst maintained. They are not at all maintained, right? Public sanitization ಅಥವಾ community sanitation should be very nice, very good. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಒಂದು ಏರಿಯಾನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. Suppose you are in a slum area or nearby there is slum, you have possibility to get it, right? Although you have good sanitation, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬಹುದು, right? Written proper community sanitation. Next, screening the water and water supply and food. Screening the water supply and food from contamination by flies. From contamination by flies ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಊಟ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀರಿನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಫ್ಲೈಸ್ ಬರ್ದೇ ಇರೋ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದಿರಬಾರ್ದು. ನೀರು ಅದ್ರ ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಊಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲೈಗಳು ಬಿದ್ದಿರಬಾರ್ದು. Screening the water supply and food from contamination by flies. Next, personal cleanliness. ಬಹುಶಃ ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ಲಿನೆಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೂಗ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಂದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೈ ಒಂದಾಗಿ ವಾಶ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೀ ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೈರಸ್ corona, you are saying you are washing your hands. Not just for that, whenever you go from toilets and come back, you wash thoroughly with the soap water. ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗಿದವರು ಒಂದು ಸೋಪ್ದು ಪ್ಯಾಕೆಟ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸೋಪ್ದು ಪೇಪರ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. Suppose you are traveling and all, you carry them. Whenever you go to toilet and use the toilet and come, you wash thoroughly, and you have to wash the anal area properly. When you pass the stools, right, you have to wash it thoroughly. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ಲಿನೆಸ್ ಇಂದ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಬೇಕು. ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನ at least by alternate days ಗೆ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ತೊಳಿಬೇಕು, ಹಾರ್ಪಿಕ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. You understand it? Cleanliness, personal hygiene ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, right? You are all doing it. That day I told you that to cleanly maintain your toilets ಅಂತ. ನಿಮ್ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ನೀವೇ ತೊಳಿಬೇಕು, ಅಮ್ಮ ತೊಳಿಬೇಕು, ಅಪ್ಪ ತೊಳಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ. You are going to clean it. Personal hygiene. ಆಮೇಲೆ daily at least one time you should take bath. You are all taking, I hope so. Although you are sitting at home, do you think till college opens I will not take bath? All of you take everyday bath, right? It's a cleanliness, not taking just like that. You have to wash all the organs, reproductive organs. That too, females when they get menstruation, they have to wash 2 times, or they take bath 2 times. Menstruation and all, it's a very important condition where you need hygiene. Okay, that's it. Next, cook and food handlers. Cooks and yaru adige ಮಾಡೋರು. Cooks and food handlers. in hotels and eateries. Hotels and eateries. Hotels and eateries and the ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತಿನ್ನೋವಾಗ must not carry pathogen. Must not carry pathogen. Then ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Suppose you watch anybody who is serving you ಅಕ್ಷಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು 3 ಹೊತ್ತು ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೇಡಪ್ಪ ನೀನು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ ಫುಡ್ ಅಂತ ಮನೆಗೆ ರಜಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮನೆಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. Let him take rest and come back. Don't all the time expect them to serve you. When they are not well, let them take rest. Okay, if they are handling or their workers at home also, if they are not feeling well, give them some holiday, let them be cleared with the disease. If possible, you can give medication also. Ask them to take rest and come back. Otherwise, you will also get sufferings. You will also get diseases. Avoid it. Okay. Cooks and food handlers in eateries and hotels should not carry typhoid bacteria or pathogen. Next, typhoid cases must be informed. Typhoid cases must be informed immediately to the health authorities. To the health authorities. Nimdu corona dulu ade alva. So many those who are carrying that coronavirus, they didn't inform. That's why it is spreading like anything. Inform ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ at least ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕ್ವಾರಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Nowadays what they are doing is they are all moving everywhere and they are actually hiding it. You should not hide. Health workers ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು ಈ ತರ ಆಗಿದೆ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಯಾರಿಗೋ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇದು ಟೈಫಾಯ್ಡ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ. Okay, so your return should be informed immediately. Next, during natural calamities, like earthquakes, floods, may cause epidemic of disease. Epidemic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. Epidemic of disease. During such cases, vaccines against typhoid must be given. Vaccines against typhoid must be given every 3 years once. 3 years once arte typhoid vaccines ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. Every 3 years once. Next, note ಅಂತ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರೆಯಿರಿ. Mary Mellon. Mary Mellon, the note idu. Nicknamed Typhoid Mary. Nicknamed. Okay, good, Sudipta. Now permanent one has come, ma'am. Okay, fine. Mary Mellon, nicknamed Typhoid Mary, was a cook by her profession. And was an asymptomatic carrier. I repeat, Mary Mellon, nicknamed Typhoid Mary. After I am repeating, Mary Mellon is there on the board. Mary Mellon, nicknamed Typhoid Mary, inverted comma ke Typhoid Mary, was a cook by profession. and was an asymptomatic carrier of typhoid and was an asymptomatic carrier of typhoid pathogen full stop. She spread typhoid for several years through her prepared food in large communities of England. Next, treatment. Antibiotics can treat typhoid. Then, okay, next we'll talk about the second disease. That's about pneumonia. Second disease we are talking now. It is pneumonia. Right there, causal organ, let me see. It is caused by, it's a causal organism. Causal organism is a bacteria. What is the name of the bacteria? Streptococcus pneumoniae. Pneumoniae. Or another bacteria is there. Haemophilus influenzae. Haemophilus influenzae. Haemophilus LUS. Influenzae. Two bacteria are there. Okay. Now let's talk about this. Streptococcus pneumonia. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವುದು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು? Haemophilus influenzae. ಎರಡು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಇದೆ. Okay? ಎರಡರಿಂದನೂ pneumonia ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay? Let's talk about it. Okay? Listen. Influenza ಅಂತಾನೂ ಅನ್ಬೋದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ, but mainly ಇದನ್ನ pneumonia ಅಂತ. Pneumonia is the severe kind of influenza. Okay? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, it is more common in elderly people. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು 60+, 50+, 60+ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇದು ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದು? ನಿಮೋನಿಯಾ. ನಿಮೋನಿಯಾ ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಲಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಕಿಯೋಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫಿಲ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ಸ್. ಅವುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ವಿಚ್ ದೇ ಸಫರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸಿವಿಯರ್ ಡೆಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್. ಓಕೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಡೆಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್. ಅಲ್ವಿಯೋಲೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಿದೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಒನ್ here I write. This is the bronchi and bronchi, bronchioles, primary, secondary, tertiary bronchioles ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ alveoli. Alveoli are filled with the watery content. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನೀರು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಿದೆ. So surrounding blood vessel ಇಂದ there is no transportation of oxygen. So these are blood vessels, they will not transport because these are filled with water content. So bronchioles and bronchioles get swollen. Inflammation and okay, bronchioles. So the full alveoli impact agi water to sometimes they become thick by having some protein layer. One layer of the thick one, the protein layer form. Then also they cannot breathe properly. So that is pneumonia. Pneumonia tumba problematic disease. Old age al barutte and they will be struggling to breathe. Full ಒಳಗಡೆ ತುಂಬಿಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತದೆ alveoli. Now what happens is in such patients and how it transmits is through the sputum. Like how we have right now corona ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಹಂಗೇನೆ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅವರು ಸ್ನೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. That is how it is very easily transmittable thing, right? At least foodborne diseases, waterborne disease ನಾವು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದಲ್ವಾ? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಫುಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೈಜಿನಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ you can avoid it. But this is very common. I told you, if the person has pneumonia, he sneezes or cough, everywhere there is a bacteria. If you go inhale, you get it, right? Okay, this is pneumonia is a more serious disorder, right? And pneumonia problem old age al bandbitre, it is very difficult to survive also, right? And sometimes the people who are affected symptoms al en barutandre breathing difficulties aljane, sometimes they will be bluish thing in their nails ಎಲ್ಲ blue color ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, lips ಎಲ್ಲ blue ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ because of the lack of oxygen in the blood. Are you getting it? This is about pneumonia, right? Pneumococcus bacteria. So normally ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ shaking chills ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಚಳಿ ಜ್ವರ ಚಳಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಫುಲ್ ಜ್ವರ. First it is a shaking chills, ಗಡ 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 ಅಂತ ನಡಕ್ತದೆ ಬಾಡಿ, then they will get lot of chills, then fever, then breathing difficulties will start. Okay, fever, pain, breathe ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎದೆ ನೋವುತ್ತೆ, they can't breathe normally. Breathe ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ there will be pain in the chest, cough, continuous cough ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ, and the skin and all become bluish in color. Do you understand? Pneumonia. Right on. Second one, pneumonia. Okay, Pratibha, right. Right. Pneumonia in humans, pneumonia is a serious disorder of lungs. Pneumonia is a serious disorder of lungs. In patients, fluid get collected in the alveoli and bronchioles. Fluid get collected in the alveoli and bronchioles. Due to this, there is no sufficient oxygen supply. Due to this, there is no sufficient oxygen supply. There is no sufficient oxygen supply. Next, right, causal organism. Right, the causal organism. Written, the causal organism is two bacteria, Streptococcus pneumonia and Haemophilus influenzae. Did you write both of them? Okay, done. Are here somebody pneumonia spelling nodi Kaveri. Pneumonia spelling ಏನಮ್ಮ ಕಾವೇರಿ? PNEU pneumonia. Pneumonia NE ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬಾರ್ದು, ತಪ್ಪು. PNEU pneumonia. Okay, next. Causal organism are written, two of them. Streptococcus pneumoniae, which is right in the bracket, pneumococcus. ಇದನ್ನ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ pneumoniaಗೆ pneumococcus bacteria ಅಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು. PNEU pneumococcus. ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ? ಇದಕ್ಕೆ Streptococcus pneumoniaಗೆ ನಾವು pneumococcus bacteria ಅಂತಾನೂ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Second one is Haemophilus influenzae. Did you write? Pneumococcus ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ರಾ? Pneumonia ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಸ್ಪೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್. Pneumonia, right? Next. Next, mode of transmission. Mode of transmission. See, pneumonia is not like corona. Don't mix up. Corona is a virus. Pneumonia is a bacterial disease. Okay. Don't write this is like that. No, it is different. That is different. Okay. Next, right? Mode of transmission. Disease get transmitted through the sputum. Sputum andre angelo. Angelo andre mucus ಬಾಯಿಲಿಂದ ಬರೋದು saliva. Infection transmits through. This is spread through sputum of the patient. Sputum of patient. Patient ina ಉಗಿಯೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Angel ಇಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Sputum. SPUTUM. Sputum of the patient. Next point. The bacteria are inhaled. That are found in air. The bracket aerosol. Aerosol ಅಂದ್ರೆ air ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. The bacteria inhaled through air. Air ಅಂದ್ರೆ aerosol. Inhaled through air by healthy person. By healthy person. And they enter the bronchioles later. And they enter the bronchioles later. Next, third point. The wall of alveoli get inflamed. The wall of alveoli get inflamed ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಪ್ಪ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಊದ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. Wall of the alveoli get inflamed. And produce one protein rich fluid. And produce a protein rich fluid. So I repeat, the wall of the alveoli get inflamed and produce a protein rich fluid. Protein rich fluid. In this fluid, bacteria get nourishment. Bacteria get nourishment. And it blocks the bronchioles. Bacteria get nourishment, it blocks the bronchioles. Next. Pneumonia occurs normally in old age people. Pneumonia occurs mainly in old age people. and those who are having low immunity. Old age people and those who are having low immunity. Old age people and those having low immunity. Did you write? Low immunity. Let me see what you are written at. You are written. Okay, good. Next, symptoms. Symptoms ಆಚೆ ಕಾಣೋದು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಆಗೋದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಈಗ what happens in those people? First, number 1, pneumonia begins with sudden chills. Pneumonia begins with sudden chills. Sudden chill ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಡ್ಕ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್. Next, second one, chills followed by fever and pain. Chill is followed by fever and pain while breathing. Fever and pain while breathing. Cough and headache are common. Cough and headache are common. Next, in severe infections, skin, nails get grayish blue colored tinge. Get grayish blue colored tinge. Grayish blue colored tinge due to non-availability of oxygen to the tissues. Non-availability of oxygen to the tissues. Next, pneumonia infection. We are affected once already, we will get affected once again. Pavitra is asking. You may get it. It is not lifelong problem. It is not lifelong resistance. Susceptibility. You may get again 2 times, 3 times also. Pneumonia namgele normally baralla. Pneumonia old age or barutte 60-70 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay. Next, right? Pneumonia infection reduces the ability to fight against any disease. That is, disease resistance is lost. Disease resistance is lost. Pavitra of Carmel, will you tell me the last sentence? See, when we are discussing, you write the questions. Right now, you listen and write the answers. Points. Otherwise, a lot of time will be taken for writing only. Okay. Reduces the resistance. Next, you write The people with pneumonia or influenza produce bloody sputum. The people with influenza or pneumonia produce bloody sputum. Bloody sputum andre no? Bloody sputum. Pavitra, you are writing. I told you the last sentence bari anta helide nenu barita illa. Pavitra, I am from Carmel PO. Ask questions later. Don't keep typing and all, wasting time now. What I said last sentence. Bloody sputum. Disease resistance become low. Okay, good. Matte helide. The pneumonia or influenza patients produce bloody sputum. 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 Okay. Treatment. High doses of antibiotics can control the disease. High doses of antibiotics can control the disease. Okay, done. Let's now move on to the viral diseases. Okay, I hope you can name the viral diseases now. Tell me. Let me see. Now I will ask questions now. That time you can type and send me. All the time AIDS don't talk. Sudipta, everybody will not get AIDS so easily. Common. Yarappa Chandana, Carmel College, malaria na. Malaria na. AIDS bitpudi. AIDS the last one to get. Malaria is wrong. Chandana. AIDS is the last thing to get. Chicken pox, coronavirus, common cold, corona. Okay, next. Influenza no correct. Polio. Corona exana baritira. Smallpox, polio. Amale. Dengue. Amale hepatitis. Hello, hasa bariri. Mumps. You know mumps? Mumps, measles. Okay. Influenza. Agaleduku influenza helade yakandre adu bacterial influenza idu viral influenza. Okay. Now Zika virus is also correct. Zika virus is correct. Atharva. Swine flu, Ebola, yellow fever, correct. Okay. Now listen. Let's write the list of them, and rubella also is correct. Rubella also is a viral infection, right? Polio. Okay, let me write and give you the name of the virus, which is important for NEET. All viral diseases and their cause or type of infection or the virus. Okay, so let's talk about the viral infections in humans or viral diseases in humans. Okay. Viral diseases. Okay. One way I'll give you, which is the name of the virus also. Influenza is caused by orthomyxovirus. First one, influenza caused by orthomyxovirus. First one. Okay, keep writing along with me. Viral diseases. Second one, chicken pox caused by varicella zoster. Chicken pox caused by varicella zoster. Okay. Next one, smallpox is caused by variola virus. Smallpox is caused by variola, RIO virus. Variola virus. Right? Name the name you have to remember properly. Measles are caused by Rabiola virus. Measles caused by Rabiola virus. Okay, one by one you remember all. In NEET questions paper I will give you this. Next, rabies is caused by Lissa virus. Lissa virus. Okay, sixth one. Mumps is caused by paramyxovirus. Paramyxovirus. Name is very important for NEET and any other competitive examination. So I am giving you the names properly. Next is polio caused by poliomyelitis caused by poliovirus. 7. Poliomyelitis is caused by poliovirus. Write this, then I will erase and write remaining because I don't want again you to get mixed up. Did you write all names? Okay, done. Okay, let's now talk about next one. 7 I have already given you. 8th one I will give you now. Eighth one, it is about hepatitis. Hepatitis, we have two types. Hepatitis A virus. This is called as the infectious hepatitis. Hepatitis is caused by HAV, hepatitis virus 1, or infectious hepatitis, HAV1, hepatitis virus 1. Next one, it is about hepatitis B, because the serum hepatitis. Hepatitis B, we call it as the serum hepatitis. Okay, this is called as the serum hepatitis virus. Or HAV2. This is called infectious hepatitis virus. Infectious hepatitis virus. This is serum hepatitis virus. Okay, there are two types. And 10th one, you know that it is AIDS caused by human immunodeficiency virus, or it is HIV. Okay, HIV. Then it is dengue fever caused by dengue virus. Okay, so let us stop it here. Some more you can remember and tell me later. Okay, these are the viral infections in human beings. Understood this? Written all? I'm sorry, I spell rabies. Okay, I'll spell it rabies. R-E-R-A-B-I-E-S. Did I write that? RABIES, rabies. In the practical write one more name, hydrophobia. The name is Lyssa virus, LYSSA, Lyssa. Lyssa ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ನಾನು ನೆನಪಿಲ್ಲ. LYSSA. Okay, LYSSA, Lyssa virus. Causal organism. Rabies ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರೇನು hydrophobia. Okay, fine then. So we have come to the end of this session. We will continue in the tomorrow's class about viral diseases and then bacterial disease, the remaining protozoal diseases, nematodal diseases. Ma'am, for measles is, okay, I repeat, measles, rubeola virus, RUBEOLA virus, rubeola virus, RUBEOLA, rubeola virus. It is rubeola virus. Then ಆಯ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತಾ? You want me to repeat or all is done? All of you written? Nikita, yes. Okay then. So tomorrow you will be by hearting all these names, all the bacterial diseases and bacteria. Listen to me first. Bacteria and bacterial diseases. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? You are going to learn all viral disease and viral causes. ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ನಾಳೆ ಒಂಥರ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಟಕ 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 ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ? ಡನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಪಾಪ ಬೇಕಾದ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿ ಬರ್ದಾನೆ DNE ಡನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. Don't use short forms here. Neeraj. Done ma'am. Okay, fine. Done. See you then. So tomorrow we'll meet with all the names and the types of virus and bacteria. Okay? See you then. Bye. Bye-bye. See you. Bye. Thank you. Thank you for all of you for listening. Bye.